Hey everybody, Andrew and I are taking a break from the convention floor because, quite frankly, I'm fucking tired. It's a lot of footwork.
It is.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm a little tired, but I got a little bit of sleep last night. But I'm doing good. Had a great time. How are you?
I'm ready for a nap. It's been a lot of fun, but a lot of work. Andrew Schatz, you are the man behind Audio Nights.
I'm one of three.
You're one of three men.
Yes.
You're part of the triplets.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Conclave.
Okay.
Yeah, not kidding. We have like a chat on Facebook called The Conclave where we talk Audio Night stuff. But it's me, it's Pete Lentz, and David Cunningham, who also helps with TFCon.
David is solid.
Oh yeah, Dave's the man.
Yeah.
But we started Audio Nights, I think after Schatz 4 years ago. Can't believe it's been 4 years. But we started it pretty soon after that, and it just, it was just a fan project trying to turn the More Than Meets the Eye comic into basically a full audio production,
right.
Radio play. And at first we just used whatever equipment we had, and I ran audio at a TV station for a bit, and I've been recording like guitar and stuff and my own voice for years. So I went, maybe we should use nicer equipment and really do this right and make it sound the best we can. So some of us started buying better equipment, and we noticed, the audio quality is so much nicer sounding. Let's all do that and really take this seriously. And yeah, we've put out 5 issues so far of More Than Meets the Eye, the first 5. And if you went to TFCon Charlotte, we made a motion comic movie out of issues 4 and 5. And that was in the opening ceremony. And now it's on YouTube if you want to look it up, listeners, watchers.
I'm sure we could put that link to that in the show notes.
That would be cool.
This is the first time TFCon's been in DC. How do you feel about this show?
I like it. The turnout looks like it was enormous. I heard Colin, who runs TFCon, basically implied that the turnout was higher than his expectations. So I think this location drew more people than the Charlotte show because it's more central on the East Coast.
Yeah.
You have people from up north and down south and a little bit to the west that can all come here very easily.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's tons of restaurants around within walking distance. I just feel like this was a really good location for this.
This convention was not centralized for me.
No,
I flew out from the West Coast, but having done Toronto, having done Chicago, I appreciate the fact that less than a block, we've got multiple eating options that are never. There's not ever a wait for me. At least it hasn't been for me.
Yeah.
There's a movie theater. There's things you can do when the con is done for the day.
If you have any energy left,
I feel
or
like
money.
I feel like the hotel and the service has been better than Toronto and Chicago. I will say that the show floor, the exhibitor floor, is smaller, but that doesn't seem to be bugging anybody. And when I realized it was smaller, I thought that's going to be an issue. And
from my experience, we had I went to the TFCon Charlotte 2 years ago. This like the showroom is actually a little larger, just a little larger than Charlotte. But there's more people, so it's a little more crowded. But yeah, I can't say it bothers me either.
No,
there's stuff to buy everywhere. You have all the major players who sell, Transformers are there, tons of artists. So,
I think I'm going to call it. Sunday's not over yet, but this has by far been my best TFCon experience. I'm struggling, and I love to find stuff to pick on TFCon about, but I'm struggling to find anything, which is good. This is a sign of a successful convention and a successful location. I honestly can't say enough good things about it, and I will continue to say good things about it.
And that's Yoshi saying that.
That's me
people.
saying that. So it was definitely worth my trip. Even if I wasn't doing this, it was definitely worth it. Let's talk about a couple of things that I'm not very good at that I hope you are.
All right.
Third party panel. What was awesome about that for you?
Okay. Third party panel. yes, we saw a bunch of things that we've seen already.
Normal. That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal. I'd say the two companies that really stood out for me were Make Toys and MMC. 'Cause Make Toys, they have their Cross Dimensions line,
Yeah.
and that's where they're basically doing like their own continuity, alternate version of the characters we all love.
Right.
And those figures are similar to MMC's. It's like tall chug, but better paint, better articulation, better materials. And I have a bunch of those. And they showed off, they're doing a Galvatron, they're doing a Jetfire in that. And then they have their, they showed pictures right before the con, and they had a prototype of their Power Master Optimus Prime pack. Yeah, they did a black one, but then the normal colored one comes with all the upgrade parts, to make them like Super God Jinray. And I didn't watch, whatever show that's from growing up.
Right.
I don't care about Power Master Optimus Prime. Sorry, people. I know a lot of you do.
Jeremy.
But and I have a friend, Ben, who can't believe that I don't care about Power Master Optimus.
Right.
But I'm like, I saw that thing, it's called Thunder Menace, and it's only $125 on pre-order, and it's like this tall. And I just thought that was amazing looking. And the fact that they're doing Galvatron, one of my favorite characters in that line, that's great.
Yeah.
Then they also, in their Make Toys and their, whatever their Masterpiece line is called, they showed off they're doing more of the Headmasters.
Yes.
And they actually put the prototype for Highbrow at Chosen Prime. You could see it right now. And I have a couple of friends that love the Headmaster series.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there playing with one of my purchases, and then I said, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys the prototype for that's there." They just went, like immediately just ran off to go see it. I'm like, okay, I'll find them later. But they had that. I think they showed off Snapdragon and Ape Face as well. Yep. And
that got a big response.
And Brainstorm, and all those people went, oh, they're doing that, okay.
Right.
And then, with their, the whole thing with their Galaxy Meteor, where they're selling it for $100, and it was actually at the show for that. Yeah, they put in the case they're doing, even though they didn't exist in the show, they're doing Thundercracker and Skywarp recolors, and both of those were at, Chosen Prime, in their cases. But I think all of that got a good response. Then MMC, a photo leaked showing that they were doing a reformatted Grimlock, very IDW styled, and then here it got confirmed, except the name was changed from Indominus to it looks like TRUX, but I heard it's pronounced T-Rux.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, if they use Indominus, Jurassic World might get on them about that.
Right.
You never know. But that got a big response. They're also doing a Warpath, and people seemed lukewarm about it. I didn't hear like a big, oh, wow. But they're doing, in their Ocular Max line, they're doing Cliff Jumper. And the only other, I think Ace Toys put out a Cliff Jumper, but it wasn't well received. The head's really wide and weird looking. And then X-Trans teased one a year ago, but there's been no progress. So the fact that we had a prototype, it's like black plastic and some white, might have been 3D printed parts, I don't know. But that was in the case, and it looks awesome. You can fit a little person figure in the seat in it.
Right.
I thought that was a neat feature. Has the little skis on it too. But that looked great. That got a big response. But then Ocular Max is also doing a Masterpiece Bruticus, where it's an all-in-one transformation.
Right.
So the hands and feet are actually part of the robots and the alt modes. And I don't know how that's going to work out, but they posted some pictures like an hour or two ago, and you could see Vortex, the hands kind of fold up into his legs.
Right, a true combiner that doesn't require parts forming.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the figures, not anywhere near Daryl, but even that made me raise an eyebrow and be like, that could be cool. That could be really cool.
Yeah, that caught my eye. I need to get some new like bookcases to fit some stuff and sell some stuff off. But I'm like, okay, that's a cool idea. I want to see how that works out. There's so many Bruticus's out now. It's crazy.
Again, this is my lack of knowledge, but the really interesting looking Skyfire, you remember that?
You mean the Fans Toys Phoenix? That one? That's like
that
this
sounds right.
this tall, really big. Yeah.
Yeah. Was that new or was that it? Do you remember?
No, that's been out actually.
Okay.
If that's the one you're talking about, that's like 200, 220.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's an amazing figure. I think Pete might be picking it up, but we'll see.
So what kind of stuff have you picked up on the show floor today, or yesterday too?
All right. Well, I lined up early, and my guys, we were like the second in line. I think John Gibbons, who I met, was in front of us. He was number one.
Right.
But then like a bunch of people that he knew came and got in front of us, and I was like, well, I don't want to be a dick and be like, excuse me, we were here first, because there weren't that many of them, and I figured, okay, well, we're still going to get our exclusives.
Were they
anyway.
numbered?
What?
Were they numbered?
Numbered?
Yeah. I know sometimes they number the exclusives. Because if they don't number them, I mean, you can...
I'm not sure, but it looked like they had maybe 100 of each.
Right.
Yeah, but I got the Calidus Shadow Ghost. It's really it's Rodimus from like the More Than Meets the Eye Lost Light.
Yeah.
It looks like that figure, except it's shattered glass. So he has the silver face, goatee, really nice black paint with a purple crest on his chest.
Yeah.
And I got that. Stunning looking. Really like it. That sold out like that. That was gone.
You know what? It was really interesting how when the doors opened, everybody politely walked to get in line.
Yeah.
There's no running. There's no punching. There was no screaming.
Yeah.
Everybody was very, very, very kind to each other.
I was happy about that. I was afraid some people might just run over there. But you're right. It was very nice. But yeah, I got the Shadow Ghost. I got X-Transbot's Klaatu, which I opened and checked out, and he's amazing.
I want that.
You should get that. I know you're a Cosmos fan, and that's like I had a Polyon from X-Trans a few years ago. I sold it. I transformed it once and back, and things got floppy on it.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't as bad as other people's. This thing feels like a whole different company. Just the quality is there. I've heard this is the best thing that they've made so far. I believe it. But yeah, I picked that up. Chosen Prime, I guess, they received like a crushed shipment of a bunch of the DX9 Power Glides. So they knocked like $10 off. So I grabbed that from them. I figure I don't need a box as long as the what's inside's fine. I can toss the box. I'm not planning to. So that's a pretty good figure.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, did that. Then let me think. Got those. Then today. I was looking around because Agabus gave everyone a $5 off coupon.
Ooh.
Good for in person and at the store. Yeah, if you got one of those red bags, it's in there.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, I did.
So, okay. But, so I was looking at their place and I was thinking, do I want that Bad Cube Huff? But then they had their older one, the Cubex one, and I picked it up. I'm like, oh, it's a little light. I know the new one's made better, the paint doesn't flake off, but I couldn't commit to it, so I went back to Chosen Prime, and MMC has a Roadbuster figure. It's I think it's called Dicamus or Dicamus, and there was a box that was a little squished in, and I went, hey, can I get anything off for that squished box? I figure it's Sunday, can wheel and deal a little, and they knocked like $10 off, and I was like, so instead of being 110, it was about 100, and I'm like, I'm just shy of 100, is that okay? Sure. And I opened the box, that thing in alt mode's like this. It's enormous. Yeah, very impressive figure. I was happy with my choice. I love opening a box for a new figure and you just get that wow factor, like, oh my God, look at that. That's amazing, and that had it.
Yeah.
My friend saw that and went, that's a brick. He doesn't weigh much, but he looks huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's all I got for toys, and I picked up a piece of art, or signatures. Saw James Roberts, Alex Milne, Josh Burcham, Andrew Griffith, Sarah Peter Durocher. So I got something from each of them.
Nice.
I was happy I got my last stand of the records signed by Bertram and Roberts.
Yep.
That worked out well.
Yep.
I got the sketchbook from Milne, and he had a good deal for that. $20 for his sketchbook. You get tons of art in there, and he does a little headshot of anything you want. So I do tailgate for audio night, so I want a Milne tailgate. So I was thrilled to get that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. What did you get?
Oh my. I needed nobody's asked me that. I needed a Devastator G1 gift set instruction booklet and sticker sheet, and I found them.
Wow.
For cheap. So my Devastator gift set is now complete, and that really means a lot to me.
That's awesome.
And it's mostly been art. Four sketch covers. Moylan didn't make it, so he's going to mail me his.
All right.
But I've gotten several sketch covers. I've gotten signatures on some books. That's actually one I want to brag to you about.
All right.
Because you guys can appreciate it. Nobody in my house appreciates this.
Oh, I will appreciate it.
I also picked up Twin Twist, Titans Return Twin Twist.
Oh, very nice. Oh, that's a great figure.
Yeah, I have not been able to find him in my stores. I found his brother, didn't find him, so I picked him up. And I'm going to get shit for this. They have a Netflix Punisher action figure.
Oh,
I picked that up.
Very nice. I got that one too. That is a great figure. The Marvel Legends have been doing, while you're getting your comics out, they've started doing a face scanning technology, so it looks just like the actors.
Yeah.
And I run a podcast too. We're not as big as you guys, but it's called Figure Nights Theater. But I've talked about that on there. But I love what they're doing with that.
So
wow!
This is my book of signatures, and I'm so paranoid because I travel with it so much. It's gonna get fucked.
All right,
sword.
people. He's got Regeneration 1, issue 100. Is that a tribute to like issue 1 of the old one? Yeah. Look at this, people. Signed by so many people. And now I'm seeing pictures on the back that are making me very jealous.
You're seeing pictures and certificates of authenticity.
Yes. Look at that. Peter Cullen and Frank Welker right there. That's awesome. Yeah, but he's got signatures from Greg Berger, I see right there.
So we got Neil Ross here today, and we have...
is that Nick Roche?
Yep.
Oh, man.
That's Nick.
Wow.
Budiansky, Simon Furman.
Is Beauvais on here somewhere?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I think this is Beauvais, actually. It doesn't look anything like it, but that's Beauvais.
You people see those little squiggly marks there?
I actually have a document that tells me the signatures, because you got Delbo, you got Baskerville.
I gotta say, every time you have Beauvais on the show, it's a great time. He's so funny.
He is a good guy. He is a good guy. I'm glad that he wants to be friends with us.
Frank Welker.
Peter Cullen
right under him. This is amazing.
Guido Guidi.
Oh, Michael Bell.
Michael Bell.
My God. He did the voice
Dan
of...
Gilvezan.
Oh, nice. I met him.
Where is Andrew Wildman? Greg Berger.
Who's that, Jay something?
That is, I think he was one of the early editors. I don't remember specifically, but he was one of the early editors.
Oh, Guido, yeah. But that's amazing. This has so many signatures on it.
I
definitely can appreciate this.
This book was originally one of the UK cons. Probably a majority of the signatures. It was thrown up on eBay to benefit the creator of Rocket Raccoon, because he's ill.
I heard about that, yeah.
So this was a charity purchase, and then I've just continued to add to the signatures on it.
That's amazing.
So
number 100 in a 4-issue limited series. Isn't that great?
I'm glad you appreciate this.
Yes, I do. I think that's wonderful.
Charles makes fun of me for it, and my wife doesn't understand, and I love it to death. So,
yeah, that is fantastic. That is quite the pickup.
I started this trip. No, that one. So, Regeneration 1, issue 100, blank cover. Only 100 covers ever made that were blank, all given to I cannot remember the artist's name. Oh man, I'm a bad person. Anyways, the artist
Yeah.
passed away before he could draw on them,
Oh,
and the estate started putting these books up on eBay.
so you got Neil Ross.
Yeah. And Jack Angel.
And Jack Angel right there.
That was from this trip.
That's awesome.
So slowly adding.
Also 108.
Yep.
All right, so that's also issue 100, but like
It's the
it's a
same
special
issue.
cover.
It's just a different cover.
Yeah, it's the sketch cover. That's awesome. So to me, that's a good idea. You have something that, people that worked on the comics or voice actors can all sign.
Yep.
And just have a ton of signatures on the same page. That's a smart move.
So
Very nice.
that's my big thing. Like I'm more into the art now than I am to the figures. Granted, there's a couple of figures like that's gonna win me over. Your
yeah.
Cosmos is gonna win me over, but that's I don't
He's
know.
about $70, so not bad.
I'll probably show this at the podcasting panel. This is a Casey Collar homage to Seth MacFarlane.
Spawn.
Yeah,
that copying
that's
Spawn?
That is a Spawn Batman. Cover. I have it on the phone, but we're
Yeah.
using it to record. But yeah, it's an homage to that.
Spawn Batman. Yeah, I remember each company, Image, put out their own crossover, and so did DC. I have both of those from way long ago. That's when I first got into comics. This is really amazing looking. Wow.
I mean, look at that! Look at the effort he put into the.
Look at that, people.
I'm just.
You got
It's
RC
so
and
pretty.
Starscream there, and he even put an Optimus in the corner. Yeah, got all the Laserbeak, Ratbat,
Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw. Well, I can't tell which one's who because they're not in
So, and if you think about it too, it's
yeah.
kind of in not only in continuity but in time continuity. So he's on Cybertron. He's, and in the movie, Unicron hasn't taken out Cybertron's moon yet.
Right.
So that's going to happen soon, but because Starscream hasn't been killed just yet.
Look at that. He's got this.
He
His
did a
cape is
good-
like Spawn's cape. That's
His
amazing.
cape is like a character in itself.
Yeah. It's collar after McFarlane. That's really awesome. Love
So, yeah.
that.
So let's talk about the audio nights.
All right.
What's coming down the pipe? What can we expect?
All right. Well, it's taken us a long time to put out issue 6. A lot of people have asked, like, why? Or we've heard, I thought you guys went away. No, we haven't gone away. We've had a lot of life events have happened, especially for me in the last year plus. My dad was fighting cancer. He passed away,
Sorry.
unfortunately. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was really hard on me. Then 3 months after he passed away, almost literally to the day, I believe, my daughter was born. So,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Now she's 15 months old, little Violet. Hi, Violet. She's adorable. I love her. She's crazy, though. Messy eater. Gets
Right.
into everything. Starting to talk more, too, which is good.
That is good.
Word here or there, and she copies us. Yeah, she's the happiest little girl. Love her so much. But, it took me a while to adjust my schedule and get used to having to care for, a child. That's, huge responsibility, but so worth it. So, I've had to find time to work, on audio night stuff when I can. Now I've figured it out. So issue 6 is that's the issue where
That's the issue you gave me a preview of.
yes.
Just listening to all the layers of audio you've added to that, that's a lot of work. That is by no means easy. You are editor, you are voice actor, you are Foley artist.
Well, thank you.
That is
It's not just me, because
right.
it's Pete, Dave, and then we have several other audio nights that helped edit this issue.
Yeah.
And then we put it all together, fix what we need to. But this is issue 6. This is the one where Fort Max kind of has a psychotic breakdown on the ship, and he's locked in a room, Rung's office, with someone else who is probably the worst person on the ship for him to be locked in a room with, and it's very very emotional issue. There's a lot of funny moments and a lot of very serious moments. The issue it opens with Fort Max talking to Rung in his office, and then there's a flashback to basically right before Last Stand of the Wreckers, where Overlord is torturing Fort Max, and he's telling him, hey, for every second of hesitation, I'm going to murder one of your men. I want the password for the Aquitus chamber. He wants it, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what we went with.
That's fine.
Yeah, but it starts with that, and that's a whole montage. And I'm kind of the montage guy. I edit all of those, so I have to look at the visual and I go, okay, this is a chamber somewhere in Garrus 9. I'm thinking probably all the walls are metal, so the sound's going to bounce around a little, with some reverb. There's, Fort Max is like energons dripping everywhere because it's purple everywhere, so I need like dripping sounds. There's stuff hanging from the ceiling. It looks like chains, so I'll do some creepy chain sounds. Things like that, I have to think about, and that takes a long time to edit. Later in the issue, there's a flashback. Whirl kind of talks about, how he used to be a clockmaker and had a shop, and the government sent these goons to destroy it, and even that is literally 2 panels, and that took me like 3 weeks to edit, just to find the time.
You can hear from what you played for me, you can hear the love and the dedication that went into it. It's also worth noting, and I think possibly the most important part that you're looking over is this is the debut of Dr. Charles.
Yes, it is. Dr. Charles. That's
right.
Yeah, he's playing our blaster, and he did a fantastic job.
Did.
He has like a good authoritative voice in there. Sounds friendly but authoritative.
Right.
And I was very impressed when I heard it, because I didn't know. I've only heard him on the show with his nice, smooth, dulcet tones, and I was wondering how he'd do. And when I heard it, I went, "Oh wow, that works well."
Yeah.
I think there's some type of effect on his voice, just very slight. But I like it. You guys will hear it when it comes out. I think you'll like it too. But he did a great job as Blaster, and I can't wait for everyone to hear that. But one thing I really like in this issue, there's a scene that happens in Swerve's bar. It's kind of a lengthy scene, and we have I think it's probably 3 different voice actors who are playing multiple roles. Some who have characters that are talking to each other.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing hearing that and going, wow, I can't believe that's the same person doing all these characters and they all sound different.
Right.
So I was very pleased with how that turned out. Yeah, that's not easy. No, we record all our characters separately, at least I do.
Yeah.
I'll think about, I might say the line of another character and then respond to it, things like that, just so it sounds like a normal conversation. But I was very impressed with how that worked out. Good job to Audio Night's voice actors. Yep.
That's cool.
But I'm looking forward to that. Let's see. Otherwise, other than that, we teamed up with Brian Scherer. He's an IDW artist. Does a lot of G.I. Joe. A lot of inking on the comics, Transformers and other things. But he has his own webcomic he does, and it's called William the Last. And he wanted to take that, he separates it into chapters. You can read it for free at williamthelast.com. And he separates it into chapters. And he wanted to take chapter 1 and turn it into a comic. And he needed to get funding for it, so he did a Kickstarter. And we heard he wanted to do that, and we thought, let's team up with him, and if it's successful for the Kickstarter, we will turn it into a whole audio production for the whole chapter 1. And it ended up being successful, and I think he went a little over his goal, which was good.
Right.
We were very happy for him, and I have the issue that he sent, had a couple other perks. So, we have the audio for that out there, but we wanted to do a whole motion comic for issue 1 as well. And that's taken a long time to put out. Again, life events.
Right.
We have one of our main guys, Josh, is the one who basically puts together the motion comic part and animates things. And he really just went over the top with this. he's taking still images and finding ways to make it look like it's animated. Like William at the beginning, he climbs up this big cliffside mountain, and you see him get to the top in the comic, and you see hands, then he's up there. Well, our guy, you see a hand comes up, another hand, and then he lifts up, and I was so impressed with that. Just really amazing.
Do you know what software he uses to do that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
We can find out.
I'd be curious, just because that's...
Yeah, I know he started using one program, and I think he may be using another now, but the things he does, just amazing. And I think that's about ready to be released too.
Sweet.
Might have like 2 little tweaks on it or something, but that's going to be out soon. Because we Audio Nights, we started doing the comics, and we're like, the Transformers stuff, and we're like, well, we want to branch out and do other things. We can't. We're a company, actually.
Right.
And we're like, we can't make any money off of Transformers. We do that because we love Transformers.
Right.
And we're so happy everyone likes that. We're going to keep doing some of that. Even if it's just dramatic reads, like the shorter things, which we put out. We put out like a Starscream talking with Bumblebee in one of the Till All Are One issues recently. And Sarah Peter Durachet saw it and loved it. And that's actually on YouTube, so things like that we can pump out pretty quickly and then animate it just a little bit.
Right.
And that's fun. And so check out William the Last as well. Then there's a tabletop game called Luminous Ages. It's kind of like a Magic the Gathering type thing. I haven't really played much of any of those. Dave is more into that.
Okay.
But the guy had a Kickstarter for the game, and it was very successful. But he also has a comic book series that, it's a storyline about the world. And, we're helping him with a commercial he's going to have a Kickstarter for that in the future. And, we're doing a commercial for that.
Cool.
So watch out for that. That'll be coming up probably, I'd say, first couple weeks of October.
Sweet.
Yeah. One of our voice actors does the whole, old wizard voice.
Yeah.
And he just, just really nailed it.
That's awesome.
I heard the voice, had to tweak it a little and be like, okay, I need more shakiness, age the voice, a little more shakiness, a little breathiness when you talk. And he did that, and he's even like rolling his R's as he talks. And it sounds like it belongs in like a medieval fantasy kind of world.
Right.
And I went, okay, that's what I want, that's perfect. And I let the guy who does Luminous Ages, his name's Antonius Christou, I believe, let him hear it. He loved it, so that's coming up soon.
Win.
I don't know. He said he has to...
Win. It's a win.
Oh, it's a win. Sorry, I thought you said win. Yeah, that was a win, so very happy to be able to do a commercial like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we have coming up, and I'm sure we're going to do more dramatic reads, more projects. We're working with Derivative Films. This guy, Joseph, he does like stop motion with figures. So we're doing a sketch, kind of if you look on YouTube, we put out an intro song for Swerve's Bar. And there was a script that we've had on the back burner for a bit, and it's kind of like a little skit kind of between issues of More Than Meets the Eye. So this one has Pipes talking with Whirl, because Pipes is all like, oh, I want to see the world. I've always kind of lived a sheltered life, safe. I want to get out there and see the world. So Whirl's encouraging him, and Swerve's encouraging him, and it's just very funny because right after that, Pipes goes to Delphi, and that didn't work out too well. He got infected and had to get cured. That was this whole thing with pharma, and it's just funny to have it's something we wrote that kind of works in that world, and it's very funny too. But yeah, go to YouTube, check out the Swerve's Bar intro. You'll see Derivative Films did that. I think that's on his channel right now.
Okay.
But yeah, check that out. And then once we get the audio all put together for that, we have all the audio. We just have to arrange it properly and add some effects and all that. But once we do that, Joseph's going to work his magic with his figures, and it'll be a whole stop motion animation. That's going to be awesome.
That is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We got a little bit more of the con left to do.
That's right.
I'm going to try not to fall asleep because I'm just not sleeping very well on this trip. But,
Hopefully you can get some sleep on the flight back. Or
We'll
are you
see.
leaving tonight or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh, well, get some sleep tonight then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really appreciate you having me on.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, man.
Yeah, everyone check out TransMissions podcast.
Everybody check out the audio nights.
Thank
you guys hear us all the time. You got to check out the nights.
Yeah, check out Audio Nights Theater too.
Sweet.
All right. Thank
Cool.
you, man.
You bet, man. Take care.
All right.